Today I'm here to talk to you about the importance of providing a government ID when you're voting. In the United States, we live in a democracy, which means that as American citizens, we get to vote about our government issues and our officials. Government ID is essential to protecting the integrity of our elections, but it's also essential in protecting our voices. The governor of Rhode Island, Lincoln Chafee, was quoted as saying, "Requiring identification at the polling place is a reasonable request to ensure the accuracy of integrity of our elections." When you're 18 years old, you register to vote. When you register to vote, you're verifying your citizenship and local requirements. When you register, you're required to provide your driver's license number and the last four digits of your social security number to aid in providing that proof. Providing a government ID verifies that you are who you claim to be and that you are in fact registered to vote. This process is not only a good practice to protect the integrity of our elections, but it is also necessary. Without this process, a person can cheat the system and work to further the agenda of their party or a specific official that is running in the election. Requiring ID is reasonable because we are required to provide an ID and government certifications like a birth certificate or social security card in order to work and to go to school and to obtain a driver's license. Voting should not be any different than these other rights as American citizens. Many argue that requiring a government ID is voter suppression. And they do bring lots of valid points. But it's the government's job to find a solution to this problem. The Brennan Center for Justice states that 11% of eligible voters do not have the proper government IDs in order to vote. Those that are mostly affected by this situation is the elderly, minorities, people with disabilities, low-income voters, and college students. There's no resistance to any other form of government ID having to be provided. We provide it for our kids to go to school. We provide it for higher education, even our own higher education. And we provide it to prove citizenship so that we can get a job. There's no problem providing these requirements. The problem is how we obtain the government ID and the requirements to obtain them. When you register to vote, there needs to be a way that we can opt to receive proper ID from our federal government. Our federal government does allow alternate forms of ID when we're voting, but that's not fail-proof either. There's a discrepancy in your address, your name, anything, then you have to provide a provisional ballot and your vote may not even count. There was a federal ID that's been proposed and discussed many a times, but lots of people believe that it gives our federal government too much power. So neither of us can agree on a government ID that is suitable. So it's our government's job to figure it out. On both sides, we agree that our rights need to be protected, especially our voter rights. And that's to protect the integrity of our elections, but also to protect our voices as American citizens. The system's flawed, yes, that we can all agree to that. The system's flawed now, and it will be for the foreseeable future. There never will be a method of proving our citizenship and our right to vote that is going to please everybody. But ultimately, it is our government's job to figure it out, and we need to hold them accountable instead of fighting amongst ourselves. At the end of the day, it is our government's job to protect and serve we the people.